What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review. And today I'm very excited to checking out Happy Salmon from North Star Games. This is for 3 to 6 players. Take, I don't know, about 5 minutes to play, tops, and ages probably about 6+. And in Happy Salmon, you are going to be trying to make matches with other people at the table. And these matches are going to have you high-fiving and pumping fists and happy salmoning and switching seats. It is a crazy, hectic, loud, simple game, but is it good? Let's open it up, and I'll tell you what I think. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Happy Salmon. So first and foremost, we're going to handy dandy rule booklet. That is all you're going to get. It's an incredibly simple game, and I can teach you how to play it right now. It's also a very easy game to learn and to teach, so big thumbs up on that. It also comes in this really cool packaging with a salmon and a little lanyard clip. So really interesting packaging there. So in Happy Salmon, you are going to get cards, and more cards. You're going to get enough cards for 6 people to play, and each deck will be identical aside from the color. And inside of the deck, you're going to see a couple different things. You'll have high fives, which, as you guessed, means you're going to have to high five somebody. You have Happy Salmon, which means you're going to kind of slap your hands together like this and act a little bit silly, but it's kind of fun. You're also going to have Pound It, which means you're going to pound fists with somebody else. And last but not least, you're going to have Switcheroo, which means you and the other person are going to physically switch seats with each other. Now, what you're trying to do in this game is get rid of all your cards. So at the beginning of the game, everyone is going to put their cards in their hand, and they're going to be prepared, and they're going to say ready, set, go, or Happy Salmon, or whatever you want to say, and everyone is going to flip over at the same time. Now at this point, everyone is going to be trying to make a match with someone else at the table. So this guy's like, high five, high five, high five, and he's got his hand out frankly, and this guy's switcheroo, switcheroo, and I'm like, happy salmon, happy salmon. But then we'll realize, oh, nobody's got a match. So then I'll flip a card and put my card on the bottom. We'll be like, high five, and ooh, we high five. And then we immediately just, boom, put our cards in the center of the table. They'll be like, pound it, and they'll be like, switcheroo. So these two people will switch, and then they're going to throw their cards in the middle. And also be like, pound it, but they're going to be like, high five. They're going to high five and be like, oh, I'm freaking out, I'm losing. And then it'll be like, pound it, but actually, I'm going to switch. But it'll be like, oh, but I'm pound with this guy. So then these two guys are going to pound. And then, yeah, then we're going to get a high five. And boom, and this guy's like, oh no, I'm getting left out. What do I do? And then, so what you're going to try and do, though, is you're going to try and get rid of all your cards. Do you ever get to the point where you feel like you can't do it because nobody else has a Happy Salmon? Currently, you can just put your card on the bottom and continue on. So at this point, we would do a good old-fashioned switcheroo, then we get the high five. But what you're trying to do is get rid of all your cards before anyone else. If you can do that, then you're going to be the winner of the game. And you put your last card down and you shout, finished! Or you can just say, hey, I'm done, guys. Or Happy Salmon, or whatever. There also is an optional variant. In the optional variant, you have to do it silently, which means you cannot talk at all. It's just you're frantically waving your hands, even though you're going to be doing that anyway, but with just less talking. But that, in a nutshell, is what you're going to be doing in Happy Salmon. Alrighty then, Happy Salmon from North Star Games. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, game's not going to be for everybody for a variety of different reasons. First and foremost, it is a light, simplistic, no-strategy game in which you're just going to be running around tables, high-fivings, pounding fists, which is not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Also, if someone that you're playing with has a physical impairment, this is definitely not going to be a game they're going to want to play most likely because of the switcheroo. You are going to have to physically get up and quickly switch chairs with someone else, which just not everybody is going to be able to do. So that is something to take into consideration. Another con that I have of this game, and this is a definite nitpick, and it's actually a little bit of a pro because of how much I like the game, is that I'd love to see it at a higher player count. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players. I'd actually like it if they just came out with another pretty much nearly identical set of Happy Salmon, except instead of a green and orange fish, maybe they made it an orange and green fish, but it just had 6 different colors, so you could go up to 12 players. I think that would be a really cool idea to see in the future. Maybe they even wanted to add, an extra card or two of different things you could do, like elbows or something like that. I think that would be fantastic as well. The sky's the limit for what they could add into this game because of the simplicity of this game. Any other cons I have of this game? Oh, if you're the kind of person who does not like to act silly or draw attention to themselves, this is probably not going to be for you. You're going to be flailing around. You're going to be being loud, which obviously if you're playing a library or a setting like that, you probably are going to annoy the Euro gamers or the people who's trying to read, but you're going to be having so much fun that you're probably not going to care. Because moving on to the pros, Happy Salmon is fantastic, and I love it, and everything good you've heard about it, I wholeheartedly agree with. So I'd never tried Happy Salmon. I'd heard a lot of great things about it. I was at Origins. I saw people running around a table and high-fiving and flailing, and I was like, I need to go see what that is. And sure enough, it was Happy Salmon. I tried it out. I was instantly in love. And now I'm so glad that I have this fish in my life, because Happy Salmon is the kind of game that's going to go with me wherever I have my book bag. When I go to youth retreats, you better believe this is going with me. When I go to family gatherings, you better believe this is going with me. It's easy to learn. It's easy to teach. It's the kind of game that you can have it set up and explained in less than a minute and a half, which is fantastic. It's the kind of game that's not going to scare off non-gamers. It's the kind of game that's going to draw people in, because they're going to see you laughing and acting silly and having fun, and they're going to want a piece of that pie. I think that's an expression. It's just so much fun, and if you can get past the fact that this is not a strategy game, that this is not a thinky game, that this is just light, simple, stupid fun, then I think you are going to have a lot of fun with Happy Salmon. Is it going to be a game night game? No. But for most other situations, I think Happy Salmon is probably going to go over well. Also, it's the kind of thing that you can play with kids. They're going to have a blast with this. I brought this into my classroom, and they adored playing this game. My son thinks it's a really fun game, and he now has all the pictures memorized, so he knows what to do just based on the pictures, because there's so few pictures. In the end, Happy Salmon, it's fantastic. If you like fun games that go up to 6 players, and you don't care that there's no real strategy, highly recommend Happy Salmon from North Star Games. If you enjoyed this review, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below or the comments below. Let me know, what is the most interesting or out there game packaging that you can think of? Obviously, this one is probably number 1 for me. I'm looking around and I see, I like I think it was Dungeon Roll. It comes with like that little, comes in like a little treasure chest. That was pretty cool too. But let me know in the comments below, what is one that you like or dislike? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.